Bachelor Nation, will you accept this rose? We love you. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. Podcast. It's a podcast. Podcast. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. A podcast. It's a podcast. Andy, Liv, Sarah, and Glenn. Bachelor Pod. It's the Bachelor Pod. It's a podcast about The Bachelor.
The Bachelor Pod starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, as of this day of this recording, July 26th, it's Chris Harrison's birthday. So at this point, I'd like to reach out to every member of The Bachelor Pod and allow them to send Chris B. Harrison a special birthday message of their own. Sarah, start us off.
Hey, Chris, you're a pretty regular dude. I don't think you've changed at all. You're a cyborg for sure.
Whoa.
Hey, happy birthday.
Sorry, you're a regular dude and a cyborg?
Yeah, man. That's the thing. He still looks like a regular dude. You ruined my birthday message.
The latest gen of bots, man, they are regular dudes who also are cyborgs. That's why you can't tell
why you
they're
can't
there.
tell. He has not changed.
Chris Harrison, you're the latest line of bots, and you're a T9000. That's a way advanced bot, and we had a joke about where you used to stick a dog's tail up your butt, but we've eased off on that lately. So happy birthday.
Liv?
Well, you were pretty funny on an episode of The Soup I saw years ago, but that was a pretty long time ago, so happy birthday, bud. I can't speak of your character these days.
And me? Yo, fuck you, Chris Harrison.
Whoa.
Whoa! Swears off the top.
No, honestly, no, happy birthday, I guess, but we've been seeing a high lack of you this season. I feel like maybe that's been amplified for some reason, but yeah, man, take back control of the show, show up more, and spread some positive love.
Chris,
Stop stirring up
what?
controversy. Fuck you.
We want to see more Chris Harrison.
Yeah, I don't need to see pictures of you on golf courses. I need to see your face in the show that you host.
I think we talked about this on the last one that you guys missed, but there was a part where Rachel had to fill him in on everything that had just happened before the rose ceremony.
Yeah,
Fuck off, man. We already know all
And
that.
if the show didn't already do that for us a million times, it'd be like, oh, okay, sure, a little quick recap, but
we watched. We caught up. We watched all the 4 hours we needed to watch to do this pod.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was, and we both hurt our backs doing it because we did it in a very uncomfortable way on a bed, and it was a big mistake. And my back still hurts, and it was like 2 days ago.
So yeah, last you guys heard from us, we were driving to Atlantic Canada's gem.
I thought you were
Prince
going to say
Edward
Atlantic City.
No, we weren't. That's later. We'll be driving down to Little Vegas. No, we're driving down to PEI, Prince Edward Island. It's the smallest province in Canada.
Yep.
It is an island that is connected to the mainland by a 12.9 long kilometer bridge called the Confederation Bridge.
And we rode on that hard.
and it's got its name because Confederation is where Canada became a country, which happened in PEI.
Yes,
yeah,
it did,
and it's the Canada 150 right now for our American listeners. It's our 150th birthday here in Canada, so there's been big celebrations all over the place. Every province has their own celebration, but the building where Confederation happened is under construction.
Yeah.
So
Real bad timing.
It's bad construction. It's all covered up by they tried to make it colorful by making all the weird cardboard or wood it's covered up in with Canadian colors, but it looks so bad.
It looks brutal.
And I was pretty disappointed.
Must mean that the lineups at Anne of Green Gables' house were off the fucking charts then.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't even bother going because big deal, whatever.
Big deal. Already been there, done that.
Some dusty old house. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? I've been there before. It's boring.
But you know what? Here's
we
the
saw
thing.
some
I didn't
beaches.
expect to see so many potatoes growing. Obviously, PEI is the home of the potatoes around here.
Yeah.
But oh man.
Never expect that.
For real, it's no matter where you drive, you're driving through potato fields.
Tons of potatoes. thousands and millions and millions of potatoes.
And millions and millions of them.
Millions of potatoes.
You guys cop some of those fresh cut fries or what?
We did at some
yeah.
restaurants. But the Cavendish Farms, if anyone listening eats those French fries, we drove by the big Cavendish Farms farm, and they were like flash frying some fries, and we could smell it good.
Oh, yeah, man.
Baby.
It smelled like grease for miles around.
It did, and it was nice. But also, one thing about PEI, not much to do.
Nice place.
Nice
very
place.
picturesque. Lovely in
wedding-
the summer. Good beaches, like
Yep.
you said. But
My brother got married to his now husband, Mark.
That's
And
something to do.
yeah, and it was that's
Go
why
to wedding.
we did that, and that was incredible. So that was nice. That was why we were there. It was lovely.
it was
Beautiful.
a blast.
I went on the plane with my grandma. I taught her that all the drinks on the flight were free, and she almost lost it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like the pop.
Ooh. She just kept being like, "So do I pay? Do I tip?" I'm like, "No, Nan, you just drink the pop."
Also, when we got into one of the airport areas in Charlottetown, I had like my carry-on luggage, and then I also had like a backpack, right? You know, standard.
2 carry-ons.
To carry on.
We both
You
did.
got to carry it in a personal item. And Nan was like, how did you get those both in here? It's like, man, you're allowed 2 things. No problem.
You're allowed 2 things. My mom got her all worried. She had the smallest little bag, and me and Andy, I had 3.
I had 3 bags.
Because they don't know,
That
man.
reminds me of that Seinfeld where Nana has to go to the bank.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Nan had a hoot. She's like, what a different experience. I've never had such a great time on a flight. One thing, I just want to give a little tidbit for everyone listening. Now, hopefully, we don't have anyone at the airports listening to our podcast, but you get 2 carry-on items. And if you check in the night before and you don't have to go to the check-in desk, you can pretty much go through with anything in those bags. It doesn't matter about weight or anything, because at security, they're not weighing your bag. So your bag can be heavier than it's supposed to, and you can have 3 carry-ons because they don't know whose is what going on that thing.
Bit of a life hack from Sarah.
Yeah.
It is big life.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
you can't go to the check-in desk because that is where they will catch you, and it has happened to Andy the night before.
I'm just shocked Nana had such a good experience, because back in her day, flying was like going to the prince's castle. Like you were
She's not that old.
you were
Like,
given a hot towel upon arrival.
She's not from the medieval times.
No, but I mean,
You get a
she,
3-course meal. You can smoke whatever you want.
Yeah,
that's
true.
probably true.
That's probably true.
That is true.
I'm just jealous of you. I don't have any grandparents left. So,
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
I'm living vicariously through you.
Well, this is Andy's only
This is-
grandma, too.
I mean, this isn't my grandma. It's yours.
But it is your grandma. Yeah, I like when you call her Nan. It makes me
yeah.
I
feel
got
nice.
3, so ooh.
Yeah, Liv's got
Yeah.
a hat trick. We hung out with them on Sunday.
Yeah.
Went to a fancy Toronto restaurant with them. They're still quite with it, despite being 90.
1.
Pretty
Wow,
good.
Yeah.
that's real old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were also showing Nan the old iPad there and trying to get her on that. She started playing some Sudokus.
My grandpa
Sudokus.
plays bridge hard.
Yeah.
Ooh, on iPad?
Yep.
I want to learn how to play bridge one day.
Yeah.
I'll get
My-
to teach you.
My
She's
grade
good.
7 math teacher taught us to play cribbage and bridge, and bridge didn't stick.
Yeah,
no
it's
one
complicated.
cared or liked bridge at all.
On this season last season of Fargo on FX, they made bridge look sexy.
Mhm.
Ooh, really?
Yeah,
Competitive
check that
bridge.
out. Competitive bridge, yeah.
Cool.
Northeast,
So
south,
look,
and
they
west.
really like jazzed it up. But
I also want to say, if you're watching the YouTube, I am wearing my Gold Star Chili T-shirt that we were given by Gold Star Chili because of Food Hussy. So go eat that stuff. It's great.
I think that's the
yeah,
second time that's
send us
happened.
another case. We love that stuff.
I think
Yeah.
Liv wore it maybe once.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I still have it, just not on me.
Yeah.
Although the shirt I'm wearing is basically the same color.
Yeah, it is.
Just
Okay. Okay, everyone. Just wanted to say this before we get going as well. This has been a long intro, but we had some catching up to do. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to say we got the $2 Patreon meetup coming up on Sunday.
Oh,
Cool.
cool.
We haven't talked about that a lot, but it
I
is
was
coming.
not aware.
I
It's
was not
coming.
aware either. It's obviously something Glenn and Andy knew about, but we
I did not know either.
No,
This is an Andy
we just have to
solo
do it then.
Yeah, I'm
so,
in. I'll
we're
be
gonna do
there.
it there. It's gonna be great. What time works for you guys?
Well, we're we'll be coming back from Sarnia, so it's hard to say.
Probably later in the afternoon or early evening would be better for us.
All right, well,
even the evening, even pure evening.
Yeah.
maybe a little evening hangout. We'll see who can be there. I'm gonna say 6.
We'll see. Yeah, 6-ish.
Round
Okay,
number, yeah.
sounds great. Okay, cool. Just want to put that out there. So yeah, if you're a Patreon or if you want to become a patron of the show, hit up patreon.com/thebachelorpod. You can help support the show directly, and then as part of the $2 perk, you can hang out with us once a month.
We had a
We'll
fun
talk
night.
about whatever
the
you
end of
want
the
to
month.
talk about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll talk about maybe Married at First Sight.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about
Second
other
chances.
shows we watched too.
Yeah, that's what we
great.
did last time. That was fun.
We just had a big group chat on Skype. It was awesome. Everybody
Yeah.
was there. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Let's get into
Yeah,
the
let's-
meat and potatoes.
Let's talk about some potatoes today. Hot potatoes on this episode of The Bachelorette, starring Rachel Lindsay, wherein this was the fantasy suite episode, but it sort of got hijacked by the hometowns.
Yeah.
In that Rachel's sister was pregnant, so they forced Rachel's family to get in on this episode rather than the finale when the final two are there. So the heat was on, and the episode followed a very steady pattern of the men going out on a little activity while in Dallas, having a conversation, setting up their weakness, going in, meet the family. That gets done, and then we got to enjoy 2 fantasy suite dates, or more like, I guess, 1.5 really, before the episode ended.
Yeah.
Tidy.
Yeah, it was. They really did trick me a few times in the episode. I gotta admit.
Where were you?
Well, you were
tricked?
tired. You were on like hour 3.
Yeah,
so.
we were. It's true. We did watch it all in the same night, and my back hurt a lot at this point.
I straight up just slept after the hometown part.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
I
then you rewatched it.
And then I rewatched it today.
Yeah.
The fantasy suite date portion was quite beige. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
not interesting
It was
whatsoever.
a bit of a slog to get through. It usually is for me. That episode, I think I like it, and then whenever I watch it, it's like, oh yeah, it's kind of boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it becomes a broken record because they're hammering home each contestant's weakness to try to trick us for the finale.
So who was the first? I gotta say, I did like getting the family dates out of the way.
Me too, and I did enjoy those parts.
Yeah.
Rachel's family, in some cases, had some pretty tough questions. First up was Peter, who started their date off shopping for baby clothes. And as one of our Twitter followers mentioned, they're really shoehorning a lot of babies into Peter's screen time and into dates. Is that a clue? We don't know. But in any case, they had a good time buying clothes. And then before they got into the Lindsay family's beautiful home, Peter had some serious stuff to say, and he apologized for not saying the L word.
Oh, and we should address this. Judge Lindsay, not present.
Yeah,
he was
never.
not
Judge
presiding.
Lindsay, not interested.
Yeah.
Again, Judge Lindsay will not be involved
Of
in
course
this
he
process.
won't.
No, of course
It would
he
be
won't.
so embarrassing for him as a very respected judge to be on The Bachelorette.
Agreed. That could be used against him somehow, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
well, it's like an electable thing, right? Like in the States,
Right,
they elect
yeah.
Andy,
judges.
be
so.
someone like Dewey, being like a lawyer, trying to like keep his cool, but then making fun of him because he was on The Bachelorette.
What do you mean?
Like, oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I just want you to do something funny.
You can't pimp me out so hard like that.
I know.
Your Honor,
There we go.
why don't you give my client a break the way you gave Peter a break, even though he wasn't ready to commit to your daughter? Isn't that
pretty
true,
good.
sir?
Order in my
I
court.
object. I object to you. I object to your treatment of Peter in your own home. Anyway.
This is how I would do it. I would like you to give me a rose, Judge.
That doesn't
That's
feel
why I
like
wanted
it's quite
you
as
to do
good
it.
as all I'm
That's
saying.
why I
It's
wanted
fine.
you to do it. We got mutes over here from Glenn and Liv. No reaction.
No, I was
Full
trying to think of
mute.
a line myself. I was picturing it like Judge Lindsay makes a mistake or he's summing up a case or something. He's like, and as we can see, justice is not all candy and roses. And then everyone's like stifling laughter. Like, I don't know.
Hey,
How dare you laugh in my courtroom?
hey, Judge Lindsay. You were on The Bachelorette.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'm now holding you in contempt of court.
I hold you in contempt of my daughter's heart, son. Maybe he would have said something
Andy,
like
you're
that.
way better at this than any of us.
Yeah, you're really dominating all of us. So I would say that Peter played this date flawlessly, and that before Rachel could go in there, he said, "I'm falling in love with you," which Rachel loved. And then his chats with the Lindsay family, he like just kind of laid everything all out, which felt extremely honest. He said he didn't even want to get engaged.
Yeah, and rightfully so. Rachel's mom seemed very pleased with that.
Kathy
Yeah.
was way into that.
Yeah, it was an interesting vibe because we saw them later with Brian like be so hard on him immediately.
Yeah.
And I think there's definitely in these dates some influence from producers before these guys showed up because it didn't make any sense why they were so brutal for Brian. Maybe they just saw those fake cheeks. I don't know.
Yeah, the fake cheeks got referenced.
Yeah.
No reference.
Yeah.
Petey boy.
Does he really have fake cheeks?
Well, they look pretty fake. It's like that episode of Seinfeld with the woman with the teeth. In some lights, she looked beautiful, and in some lights, she looked crazy.
Our resident plastic surgery expert denies she doesn't believe they're implants, but I don't know, man.
They
might even just
Who
be
knows?
like Botox. Like they might even just be a bit of a thing in there. It might not be a full implant. Like it just feels
just
like
have a hard time believing it's 100% natural.
It was also, not only was that shocking, but Peter came out and just said he hates Brian.
yeah, like
Which is like, what? Since when? What?
yeah. Well,
I didn't know
I've been
that.
hanging out with him. He seems very smooth. Back to Peter though, guys. I gotta say, I am getting the Brooksy vibe off Peter.
Really? You
I-
think it might
Wait,
go the
think
way
he's-
of Brooks?
I think he's way more. I think she's way more into him than he is into her. I don't get like a genuine giddy feeling from him the way I do with the other guys.
Yeah, I feel like he would have jumped ship earlier though, like Brooksy did.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Brooksy was pretty close to the end. Brooksy was like final four, right?
That's
so
true.
it's like
Did he even do hometowns? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I mean, hey, I would
think
not
he
rule
did.
out Peter jumping ship, but I really still think he's going to win.
I don't know if he'll jump ship, but But she might realize by the end that he's just not as into her. Like I don't think it'll last if they stay together. I just don't like. She's like, especially on their date, she was just so into him and laughing at like everything he said and was like way more into him than she was into Eric. At least that's what we noticed. Anyways, we'll
Right.
talk about it later. But it doesn't seem completely genuine. He doesn't seem, and I think that's why he's holding back. Because I think if you were falling in love, all of this would be easy because you're in this like giddy moment. But he doesn't seem giddy to me.
Yeah, he doesn't show a lot of giddiness, period.
Yeah, maybe it's just his
and he hasn't
personality.
at all.
Yeah, he
just doesn't-
plays it pretty cool all the time.
Here's a question. What do you guys think that Rachel's brother-in-law, who do you think he looks like? He looked like someone I knew, and then I realized he kind of looks like K. Trevor Wilson, who's a comic up here in Canada, who's on the show Letterkenny. If you've ever seen it.
Yeah, I
he
see
looks
that.
like he could be his brother.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, he looks like I don't know, like
he's a strange looking
like
dweeb,
a
man.
math
Yeah.
teacher. He looks like a math teacher
yeah,
or
he's a-
something.
He's a bit of a chipmunk. Like he's got a bit of a chipmunk look to himself, but it's like, oh man, I
Like
don't
Louis
know.
C.K. and a chipmunk had a baby, kind of.
Looking
Yeah.
mask.
Look at Math. Yeah, he has bad frames too. Liv and I decided.
frames.
If he
yeah.
had better frames, he probably wouldn't look as weird.
Yeah.
But I liked the guy by the end. He was asking hard questions.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed like the whole family is really trusted him with a lot of questioning and that sort of thing. So yeah,
I didn't like him during Brian's.
No, we'll get to
when they
that,
were
yeah.
talking about Brian and their like their.
Yeah,
the-
I didn't
the
like any
dinner
of them during that. It
portion.
didn't make any sense why they
Well,
all.
I don't like Brian, so I didn't mind it.
Let us also remember that they choose what to show us. So I'm sure there was
Yeah.
harder questioning on the other two that
Yeah.
just got edited out. Like
Yeah.
they barely showed anything.
I don't like Brian either, but like it's more about what they were doing to Lindsay. Like they were just like or
Right.
Lindsay, Rachel. I mean.
Lindsay Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel, Lindsay, Rachel. Two first names. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. But Pete handled it well. It seems like the family loves him so much. Remember when they were like winner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
The
really
kids,
funny.
yeah.
There was another kid scene there.
Yep.
That's
And
true.
playing with her nephew, who was very cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, he managed, like, I guess really all the other guys except Brian. He got over his hurdle, his episode hurdle at this point anyway, which was the love you thing. And I mean, hey, I really like the part with her mom and Peter when Peter laid it out and it's like her eyes lit up.
Yeah.
Like that's what she wanted to hear.
Yeah.
So I'd rate the date a success. Now later on in the episode, when they have their fantasy date, things get a little dicey, or they want us to believe it got dicey. But we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yep.
So let's talk about Eric's visit to the Dallas area. His special date was going up a tower.
Here.
It looked like the Sun Sphere from Knoxville, Tennessee, made famous by that Simpsons episode.
It's
whatever.
which we all know is now a famous wig depository.
Yeah,
Boxes and
soiled
boxes
wigs.
of unsold wigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. If we were funny, we'd say they got high on their date.
I'd say that we're funny
No,
in
if
that
we were a
because
bad
we didn't
podcast.
say that. I'd say that's on us. That's a good thing that we didn't say that.
I
But
was
you
trying to
did.
articulate- If we were like a hack podcast, that's what we'd say. And then we'd wait for people to gas. And we're like, because they went up a tower.
But you did say it though. What are you doing to us here?
Opposite it.
I on Eric, I'm getting in way more into him than I was before. He's really gotten comfortable. I really like him.
His clothes are fitting great all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I just realized his last name is Bigger.
Oh,
So bigger clothes. I don't know. There's something there.
yeah. Yeah, he really stuck with his last name, and he got bigger everything.
He took up a bigger portion of Rachel's heart as
A
well.
bigger portion of carrots.
Bigger and better.
Yeah.
What?
Bigger portion of carrots. He takes bigger
He did
portions
have a
at
big-
mealtime.
Bigger plate of food.
Yeah.
I honestly noticed that.
Yeah,
during
he's-
the family meal, it was a huge plate of food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really.
Hopefully he was eaten.
Huge food.
I wonder if her family was like, "Oh God, we got to make 3 different dinners on 3 different days." Ay.
Let's just
I wonder
order,
if
guys.
it was catered.
Yeah, maybe
Oh
it was.
man, you know
catered.
what? Let's just order from Huge Food.
Huge
Yeah.
food.
They have that radio commercial where the guy just goes, "Huge food, huge food."
And you know who that's owned by? Tom Huge,
Tom
Eric's
Huge,
uncle.
of course, yeah.
Chef Huge.
Jeff Huge.
Uncle Jeff Huge.
No, Chef. Uncle Chef Jeff.
Uncle Chef
Jeff
Huge.
What does Eric do for a living?
Personal trainer.
Yeah, from LA.
Oh, he's a personal
resides in
trainer.
LA.
Why? What'd you want him to be?
I don't know. I feel like that's the job that people say when they're an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, I bet he's one of those.
Yeah.
But you know what? I really just thought out of everybody, he was the most genuine. I gotta say, at least the most comfortable. Peter's not genuine. He doesn't seem as comfortable. Eric just seems like he's given it 100%, and I'm really
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah,
he really is.
He seems so nervous because he hasn't had a lot of experience with families, and he was so worried about it. But man, he came right out and said it. He was like, "Yeah, I haven't been in love before, but this daughter of yours, she's something else."
Yeah.
And you can tell when he's talking about her, it's not like putting it on for the show. Kind of the vibe you get from Brian. Maybe that's one reason why Brian had a hard time. Like following Eric is not easy. He really gushes in a good way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Brian has nothing of substance to say ever.
No.
Which maybe they picked up on, although I'm sure the producers also influenced their
Right.
behavior. But
Yeah.
Brian just he speaks in platitudes and there's nothing there. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
I liked Eric a lot more. Not that I didn't like him, but I just think like, oh yeah, okay, he seems right for her. I hope she picks him. That was what I had. But I do kind of think that while Brian's been doing it the whole time, Eric is turning it up a little bit because he knows that like Rachel just wants a proposal and she doesn't want anything else.
I don't know though. I
Right.
just feel like he's
I don't-
giddy.
Yeah,
I feel like
think-
he got
yeah,
giddy.
Yeah, it's not that it's coming from a like he's faking or lying or anything. I just think that he's like
I think Brian's
he's
lying.
just like really allowing himself to get into it, and it's kind of played up because of everything that's happening, which is I think to be expected. Really, I mean, how are you not going to?
You'd have to.
Yeah.
yeah. She is too, probably. I bet everybody is. Boof.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time. So Eric actually did ask the mother, Kathy, for permission to get engaged. And the stock answer for most parents on this is, well, whatever Rachel wants, if she wants to do this, I'm more than into it. The judge gave me his blessing. The judge laid out the case, I guess, before they did a bit of a pretrial hearing. And the judge granted her those powers to veto.
Yeah.
She did not.
I'm
not.
also, again, as a feminist, getting quite tired of having to ask permission from anyone. That shouldn't be a part of the show that they feel is a necessary thing anymore.
they definitely celebrate traditional marriage
Oh, they
here on
sure
The
do.
Bachelor.
Yeah,
they do.
It's just
Yeah.
like, dude, she's a lawyer. She'll decide who she wants to marry. Thank you.
Well, yeah, and also the whole premise of the show, like, oh, I've
Yes,
known you
that's
for
true.
9 weeks. Let's get married.
Which came up, as it tends to do in these family things, came up a few times.
Yeah.
The whole time frame thing. Which Eric was like, was it Eric? Or was it Peter? No, it was Peter who was like, my parents got
Oh,
married after a
yeah.
month. They've
Yeah.
been together 36 years. And everyone was like,
Our
oh,
whole family
okay.
was like, boy,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's so funny that all it takes is one degree of removal of knowing someone that happened to, and everyone's like, "Oh, okay, fine. No, this is all fine. This is all completely normal, and everything's fine." But for everybody else, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So Peter had a big advantage having that anecdote handy, which, yeah, I don't know. I mean, and again, Eric was nothing but forthcoming about his parents' history. And if they did have red flags, they didn't show them expressing them. So, Eric, check, he did it. And later on, don't mean to spoil it, but he managed to get over his hurdle and use that L word.
yeah.
Yeah, he did. Of course. Which is
Pretty big.
he had to.
Yeah.
At this point,
At
yeah,
this
you're
point, you
kind
got to
of
do it. If you haven't done it,
Yeah.
you're in trouble.
So up next, it was Miami's Brian, whose last name is Abasolo, turns out, Colombian last name. Their Dallas date involved going to meet a couple of Rachel's friends, and it didn't last too long. It was a very brief snippet. I don't know if they got the full Brian experience, but they seemed pretty fun.
Yeah, they seem fun. And I think it was telling because they're like, whoa, you just kind of get right to it. And it felt like,
Yeah.
he's just laying it on thick immediately. He's never normal.
He's not genuine.
No, he like never has a chill moment. When is he chill? When is he fine? He seems like
Yeah.
he's trying to win. He wants to win. He's one
Oh,
of
big
those
time.
contestants.
Well, Rachel, at this point, Rachel admitted that when she first met him, she thought he was a douchebag.
That was so funny and
Yeah.
weird. What? Really? Wow. You didn't seem to think that because you did make out with him a lot.
Yeah, on
and-
night one.
He
Yeah,
got the first
exactly.
impression rose. That
Exactly.
doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't
That-
make sense. That's what I'm
That
talking
makes
about.
me think the producers were like, okay, look, we know what you think about this guy, but night one, you got to give him the rose. You got to.
And didn't she take him out on a date like pretty soon after that?
Oh, yeah. I think he might have even got the date on the first episode. Or the
No,
second
he
episode.
didn't get the first episode.
Maybe
Why not
Peter-
the first did. Yeah, I think Peter. That's
Peter
what she
did.
said. She said Peter did. Yeah.
But still, he was close by, I think, after that. Like,
Yeah.
It's funny to hear that now. I think it's kind of a bit of like you're looking back and realizing that he was a douchebag back then.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think
You were
she has.
into she was into him
Yeah.
when they first
And
met.
she was probably wasted on night one anyway. She just wanted to get some, and she did. From Brian.
Yummy,
From Brian,
yum.
no less. So after Brian was marinated with Rachel's friends, he was thrown onto the grill and roasted slowly at the Lindsay household. I guess, guys, the real question is, was this unfair? Was
Yeah.
he harsh? Was it too harsh? And Sarah, I think I agree with you. I felt bad for Rachel having to go
Yeah.
through that. Brian, I don't really care.
I do have to say that moment when he got up, when Brian just got up, 100% he had to pee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a
that's it.
total edit moment.
100%.
Yeah.
There's no way that had anything to do with what was happening.
Yeah, they were like editing stuff like like not even like this is happening next week. It's like when we come back from the break, this happens, and they were editing like that to be more dramatic. It's very too much.
I wish they had have known. I wish they had have met Brian's mom before that, because knowing Brian's mom when they were asking the mother questions, it was like no, like bad, like he's lying. He will go
Yeah.
with the mother anytime.
Yeah.
But he gave the right answers. I mean, I guess that was
Yeah,
the only
that's what he
option.
does.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
He smooth talked his way through it.
But why were they asking those questions? Like
the producers
because
told
the
them about his
producer,
crazy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
100%. Because my mom isn't immediately like, well, what if your wife and mom get in a fight? Like nobody
Yeah.
asked those.
Well,
questions.
didn't Brian say though, my mother is the number one woman in my life?
Oh, you're
And
right.
then say that.
yeah.
I think then they were like, well, what about if my mom and
Still
Rachel
though,
butt heads?
I
No,
still
Still-
yeah, exactly. No, he said that in response to some question about his mom, which is
but
insane.
I still think the more bullshit thing was after that when his sister or her sister was like, well, you've only been Yeah, or when Brian was like, I knew I was into her after like a week or a day or something. And she's like, well, what the hell? Like, that's impossible. You've only been dating this long. It's like, well, everyone else is in the same boat.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, that's the show. You
And
can't get on them.
Yeah, because you were cool with the other two guys feeling, because even Peter said he was falling in love with her, and Eric said the same thing. So I guess maybe it was like, what is different between falling in love and then this guy is just in love? Like, I don't get why you're being so hard on him. It was very awkward. I was like, and I loved Rachel's reaction at the table. She's like, kind of just like, what the fuck, guys? Like, what's going on? And I like that she has that openness with her family, like that she can just be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big producer move for sure. It was too much.
I feel bad for this.
No matter
keeps
what you
happening.
think about Brian, like, I don't think he really deserved that.
No.
I think there was some big time editing too when Uncle Jeff asked what qualities does Rachel accentuate in you, and that was when they cut to him being like, excuse me, and went to the bathroom. I think he answered that question, and they just cut to a part where he had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think he was stumped or anything.
No way.
No, after reading what's in their contracts with like Bachelor in Paradise, there is even some stuff that they're masters at it at this point.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That they're not even allowed to talk about those. So it's like, well, we'll just never know.
And Brian, you got to hand it to him. He didn't really like they made it seem like he cracked at that moment, but I don't think he did, and I think he stayed on script the whole time right up to the meeting with Kathy, and was just like he kept pouring it on. He kept it turned up to 11 the whole time.
Yeah.
Asked for the permission. Kathy said the same thing that she told Eric, and that was that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
It was the same thing as happens at every one of these though, where it's like, except for that one with Des and her family, where her brother was an asshole just the whole time.
Loved it.
But it was the
All-time
best.
best.
All-time best.
All-time best.
But
Right up there
with
with
this,
JoJo's mom.
with this, it was like, what's gonna happen? Ooh, look at that edit. Oh, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Because they liked him at the end and everything was fine. So
Well, even the preview made it look like Rachel was mad at Brian.
Yeah.
But it was that she was mad at her family for asking those dumb questions. And hey, I'm worried for Eric. Really, I thought it was going to be Eric and Peter in the finals, but when you think about it, by the end of this episode, Eric was in a great spot. Meanwhile, you got Brian and Peter both with question marks. So
yeah. Well, we didn't get that into Brian though, because
That's true.
We didn't get that other date.
So who do you guys think came out on top out of these three? From what they showed us, I mean, I think you got to say, I think Peter.
Yeah, I think
Despite
Peter.
him not doing the pulling up the proposal thing, which sort of was an issue later on. I mean, impression-wise, they must have liked Peter the
they went
most.
gaga for him. They loved him.
Yeah, they liked Peter the best. I think he's people are falling in love with him left, right, and center, and he doesn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, could be. And hey, there's a lot of talk right now about people want him to be the Bachelor. They don't even want it. They don't want him to get with Rachel because they want him to be the Bachelor.
I mean, I'll take Dean over Peter as the
me too.
Bachelor any day.
I'd take
but
Dean.
Yeah.
way.
Dean, I don't think will be the Bachelor because they put him on Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah.
I know.
So I
Yeah.
mean, they did that with Nick, but I think it's pretty rare that they go through that many different franchises before being the old Bachelor. I'm hoping it's Eric if he doesn't get through.
That'd be cool too.
I
I'd
think
love
he-
that.
Oh, yeah.
He has the best energy out of all the guys.
Great energy.
He's not as boring.
Yeah, I get a
hate to
feeling
say it,
it's
though,
between those
they're
two.
gonna go for a white guy this time.
Yeah, I bet they will.
They said
I
that?
bet
Or
they
you have
will.
a feeling?
No, I bet they will.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know if they'll have the guts to.
I hope they
I
have.
hope
back
they do too.
non-white
I like
Justin.
Eric. I think they should.
I would love that,
We all
but I'm
would, I
just-
think. So yeah, like
ABC, I don't know. I don't know if they can do that.
ABC. For
ABC.
shame.
More like
Anyway.
poo poo pee.
Ass butt clowns.
Those ass butt clowns.
I think this is a great name for our company, Ass Butt Clowns.
ABC.
ABC.
It's perfect. So after Dallas, we were magically whisked away to Spain. There was some pain in Spain. Well, sort of later. But anyway, there was a fantasy suite date with Eric.
Yeah. And what did they do? They walked around a cliff type
He walked
castle.
on a long-ass trail to a castle
boy.
and then
Yeah.
rang a damn bell.
Man, they love going up towers and doing shit up high.
Yeah, and this is really when and not just the episode, but the series starts spinning its wheels because they start repeating everything that's happening. They have nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing new really to add at this point.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
they talk about is their feelings for each other constantly.
Yeah.
And you can tell in the like after show like blooper thing that happened. It's just so painful to have to keep talking
Yeah.
about it
Yeah.
at length. Like
She says feelings. So, like, if you played a drinking game for her
the
saying
word-
feelings,
yeah.
you actually, it would just be drinking. Like, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, you have to go to the hospital.
Yeah, it's insane how much she says it, and she has to. The one thing I will say, when they had the big moment when he said "I love you," I did feel it was nice, and it wasn't very edit. You know, when they have that sometimes where they just kind of let conversations happen, and they don't edit it too much. I kind of felt like it was one of those moments.
Yeah, and when Eric says it, after he said it, he seems so giddy, like he's glad he got it done.
Yeah.
And then he said it like a million times after
Yeah,
that.
and I felt like that was a really realistic way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, if you're into drama, I don't think Eric's going to win. So I'm assuming he's going to get his heart broken here. It's going to be a bad one.
Probably.
Yeah,
I think so,
yeah.
too.
Because-
I'm not completely sold on that though. I think
Really?
I think
yeah.
it's between Peter and Eric.
I think it's between Peter and Eric, and
I hope so.
I read a very it was just like a I hesitate to call it a theory because it was just a person on Reddit being like, here's what I think is going to happen, which I guess it would be a theory, but it's not like it's some far-fetched thing. It's just like
Right.
the person was basically saying that like Peter's going to realize too late that he's okay with marrying Rachel, and she's gonna break it off with him before he gets to tell her that he's into it, and she's gonna go with. Although he said Brian, but it's like, what are you crazy? Did you watch this episode? No, if anybody else, she's gonna go with Eric. I think.
Yeah.
I think they have more shared experience. I think that like they have a lot in common. I think that they're. I agree that she doesn't seem as into Eric as she does Peter. So it's going to be interesting. It's
Could
going to
be
be
a
interesting to
Desiree
see.
thing.
Man, I'm half and half. I think Peter's going to realize it, or he's not, and that's just going to be completely up to him.
Yeah, I really do think Brian's out. The
think
fact that
Brian's
she
out, too.
said that she thought he was a douchebag.
I think
and,
that's it.
Yeah.
And
right?
like she keeps having these issues about him being genuine, and all of her family immediately,
Yeah.
even if it was a bit of a producer thing, I do think they probably also felt it a bit. It's
Yeah.
like, well, maybe you're just right, Rachel. Maybe he is too shiny.
Rachel's definitely
Yeah.
been feeling it, if no one else, and that's kind of the
Yeah.
only person that matters. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you go in with your family like that, first time meeting, and the vibe is that odd, you gotta
I would
put some
question
stock
things
in
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because then you're
100%.
working uphill from there. Like the other guys, they started so strong. It's like, well, you could see Eric going over there again. You could see Peter going over there again. Brian, it's like, I don't know.
And how could Rachel ever deal with Brian's mom? Like, oh
Yeah,
my God,
that
what a
is-
nightmare.
Yeah, I mean,
That alone would be
Olga,
enough to
yeah.
just cut him loose.
Although
I think if she hadn't met Dean's dad and family, and it was just his mom, that
Yeah.
would have even maybe then been the reason.
Yeah. I will
not
say
make
though,
this happen.
Brian's mom wasn't nearly as bad as they were making her out to
No, it's
possibly be.
Seemed like this other woman might have
I
been
don't
the
doubt
problem.
that she can be a handful when it comes to dealing with Brian's girlfriends or whatever, but she seemed totally nice.
Nowhere
She just
near-
seemed like a
I
person
don't know.
who
I
really
didn't like
loves
her.
No,
her
I
I
memory.
didn't like her. I didn't
Oh,
like her.
really? Are you kidding
At
me?
the end, she gave in a bit. She's nowhere
I bet.
near.
She was
she's-
like all into her.
She's nowhere near as bad as the Canadian Bachelorette,
Oh.
Kevin's mom.
Kevin
We
W,
talked
yeah.
about it. I know not everyone listened, but his mom was like, "My boy's the best. He's my baby. He
That's
talks to me."
basically
Like,
what Brian's
Yeah.
Brian's mom was
saying.
also
Yeah.
like
but
that,
she was
not
nicer to
nearly
she
as
was
bad.
nicer to Rachel than
She was nicer
was
than Rachel.
nicer-
Yeah,
nicer to
than
Rachel,
Kevin's
but
mom was
what's
to
it-
Jasmine. That's for sure.
Jasmine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
talk
Kevin's
to her
mom
when
was-
they have a disagreement.
Yeah.
See how
I
nice she
agree.
is.
I
exactly.
agree. There are red flags there for sure. I just think
Oh, yeah.
I just think she acted.
But I
fine.
bet that's why he just anyway. So they got through this date. They said I love you. I think
banged soon.
they went to Bone Town, I think, and I bet it was great. They seemed like they had a nice time. You want to know something I noticed?
What's that?
She
What?
was wearing the same jumpsuit onesie thing that she wore the night after her and Nick had a nice time.
Whoa.
There's one little shot where you see him like in shirtless, and she's like chasing him out the
Oh
door.
yes, yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
oh, that's your cozy, maybe
Interesting.
night after.
That's her post-coital suit.
Yeah, it's her post.
Ooh,
Yeah,
post-coital suit.
yeah.
Is that a thing? Do you guys have those?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
Post-coital suit.
If a postcoital suit is just like dirty pajamas. Cool.
I was just gonna say pajamas.
You're wearing those right
Oh,
now.
I'm
yeah.
wearing them right now, guys.
You guys just do it.
Yeah. Or like a robe because you don't want the neighbors to see your boobs, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
But
I don't want the
that's
neighbors to see my boobs, that's for sure.
But it seemed like they were being quite flirtatious afterwards. They were fresh faced. She wasn't wearing any makeup. They rolled out in their
Yeah.
cozy clothes. They looked, as much as it seemed awkward in that clip, I think they looked like, it felt like they were relieved. Like, oh, we did that and it was great. That's what I got. That was
Yeah.
the vibe I got.
Well, yeah.
Maybe it's a
and
hopeful
now,
vibe.
It's sort of changed where I think the fantasy suite used to be more about the like, well, it's the fantasy suite, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But now it's like, now we're gonna spend a night alone. It's about like being in a place without cameras.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not just about banging. It's about like
I think
talking without anyone
exactly.
around.
I think most of the time nowadays they're like, yeah, we talked all night, and then
Yeah.
they might imply a little bangage.
Oh yeah, there's
Bang.
Oh, I remember I was thinking about with Nick and Vanessa, and like they were showing shots of them in bed together with like his hand on her butt. I was like, well, I guess
Oh,
we all
yeah.
just know that this just happens every time. Now.
Yeah, Nick's was the real touchy feely season. He was
Oh,
touching a
yeah.
butt at each episode.
Oh yeah, that's
Heavy
right.
rolls.
And we barely seen anyone touch Rachel's butt, although Peter touched
Peter's
her
been
butt and
pretty
her
touchy,
boob.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Peter.
Guys, I've got a little game here at the end of the show.
Well,
if
we
we're-
have
if
to
we're there.
finish with
We
Peter.
gotta talk about Peter.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about Peter stuff.
This
right.
is the I made
Yeah,
Andy.
this was huge.
Andy wasn't gonna watch the last 10 minutes. I'm like, you gotta watch the last
Well, I was
10
just like,
minutes.
just give me the rundown. Just tell me
No,
what
I
happens.
was like, no, you gotta see it for yourself.
So I watched it.
And
well,
you're
let's
glad you
we'll,
did.
we'll zip through it here because not too much happened. But they did go to a winery with a strange run by a strange old man.
And his family, I guess.
Yeah, and so they drank some wine. They talked a bunch that they've talked about before. Somehow they managed to shoehorn another kid in there, where that kid just came out of nowhere
Yeah,
What
and
if-
led them
all
to the
about?
grape stomping station.
Right
when they're in the middle of a very
Yeah.
intense conversation.
Exactly. It was like, oh, this is so obvious. But I love Rachel. She just reacts so like, oh, there's a kid. It's like, you know that what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
So they did that. They got their own wine fridge or whatever.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, I
What's
think-
that?
What was that?
it's
That
like
was
they could
weird.
come
easily
back?
detachable
Yes.
sign.
Yeah.
It's
Meaningless.
It's
That was
meaningless. It's such
strange,
bullshit.
man.
It's like
That was
naming a
really-
star. It doesn't happen. You don't actually get
But they said that they said something about how they can come back in a year and their wine would be there.
I know, but it's all bullshit. They probably be like, oh, they're coming back. Change the
Slap that label on.
Slap that label on.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
change
fair
it
enough.
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
The guy sang them a song
Yes.
with lyrics about kissing. That
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that was
It was
cool.
dumb. After they got distracted by the kid, though, the real convo started. There was a pretty deep conversation. Rachel said, "I didn't come this far and put my life on hold and sacrifice everything I had to do this just to have a boyfriend at the end of it." And then she said, "To me, a proposal isn't like, oh my God, you're getting down on one knee. You're proposing. We're getting married tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. To me, it's cultivating a relationship and seeing what you have, and if you can work outside of that." And then Peter completely disagreed and said, "My belief in engagement is marriage."
And gotta side with Petey on this.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
100%. Sorry,
that's
Rachel,
what
what
it
you
is.
This
described.
breakdown is insane.
What you described is a boyfriend.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
you described there.
Well, and what I saw in this was her, and then she's like, well, it's a relationship, so we both have to like bend. And it's like, no. So I just felt like she was trying to convince him to propose to her. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's when I was like, oh, he is number one in her eyes, and this won't work because it's just, he wasn't bending. And because I also think, I just feel like he's just not feeling it as hard. And that's a huge problem.
It's hard
He
for
is
me to
falling in love.
say
Yeah,
that.
it is hard.
I don't know. Like
I think he's
know
very
what you
nice.
mean, Sarah, but I feel like a lot of it is that he just doesn't want to propose right away after like
Yeah.
8 weeks or
Yep.
whatever. I mean, buddy, you know what the show is. You should know that this was gonna come up, but at the same time, it's like I guess when you're in it, it might seem pretty crazy to.
Yeah, and I honestly, I think a lot of people don't expect to make it to the end.
Yeah.
They don't even think that far ahead.
Yeah, that's what
They-
I was going to, yeah, they come in thinking it's going to be a fun thing to do.
It's
Yeah.
like a lark, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm the final two, and I might have to propose to somebody I don't know that well.
Yeah,
I-
so
Yeah, I just feel like it's not that I just feel like he's very nice. I feel like Peter's a very, very nice guy. And I don't know, I just getting this very like pleasant vibe. I'm not getting the sexual. Even like remember when they were in that hot tub and they left everyone for 2 hours or whatever. I'm not getting that vibe anymore. I don't know.
I think they're just trying to throw us off a little bit.
Yeah, maybe that's true.
It's it's going to be telling how the fantasy suite date concludes. Like, it'd be huge if they're like, I don't know if we should spend the night together, but maybe they'll say like, we need to spend the night together to work this out.
Well, they're
I feel
also
like
being a little dramatic, or Rachel's being a little dramatic, and I think being like, I'm devastated about what he said. It's like, you guys just have a pretty small disagreement about like what's going to happen next, whether you're going to propose to each other or not, but like you still want to continue, you still definitely want to date each other. She wants to get married in a year, he wants to get married in a year. Like, it's just a matter of whether or not this thing
he doesn't want to
happens.
get married.
Yeah, exactly.
She was devastated because the idea of this show is that you go through
I know.
and you get a ring. Neil Lane
It's like
shows
you're not
up.
doing
Still.
it right if
And
it doesn't unfold that way.
You're gonna
But
be
I think that's bullshit.
I
Like,
agree,
I'd be refreshing if it ended with a, hey, we're going to stay together and see what happens, not get engaged right this second.
Then you do an engagement special.
Sure, then you
marriage
can milk it
special.
even more.
Because
Well,
this
Juan
is the thing,
Pablo
man. Like,
did
look
it,
at
and people
like
didn't like
half
it.
of the ones who get married on this show, anyways, end up just breaking up in a year.
Well,
They got married too soon.
Well,
There's
they
only
don't-
a
well, you
handful
got engaged
that are
too
even
soon.
still together.
here's the thing, though. I understand all of that, but that's not how it's viewed by tons of viewers, and she will feel like she screwed up. Because remember when Juan Pablo did that? He got like Juan Pablo. He got shat on for doing that when actually that was probably the most reasonable thing to do in this situation. And I mean, he's not a cool guy, but you know what I mean.
Fucked up.
But with that, he didn't. He just said, I don't want to get married right now, but I want. This is a promise ring, and that's not what she wants. She wants to get married. That's why she came on the show. That's how the show is set up.
But then she's making all these excuses about how she doesn't want to get married right away, and how like it doesn't mean that we're going to get married in a day, a month,
because she
a
wants
year.
the ring. She wants the ending to be that.
She wants the
fairy tale
promise
ending.
to get married, which that's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Saying that you're going to stay with a person is
I
past
know.
the 3 months you've known them is also pretty good.
And in regular life, yes, but that's not what this is. This is a show that they expect something from, and I understand that she's wrapped up in it, and those are her expectations.
Yeah, no,
at this
listen,
point.
I get why she thinks this way. I'm just saying, like, listen, after this, guess what? You go back to regular life.
Yeah, after this, you're JoJo and Jar Jar there, whatever his name is.
After this, you're JoJo and Jar Jar.
Flipping a house.
There was on Reddit, it showed somebody brought up that Peter's already shilling stuff on Instagram. He was selling some box, one of those.
FabFitFun. I bet that's
already
what it
into
was.
it. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
I really
that's
want
all-
to sell
That's
them.
what they all sell.
That would be a
FabFitFun
dream
boxes.
for me. I want to
It's
sell
garbage.
FabFitFun boxes. You make
Next-
$8 a box.
Oh, $8.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty good. That's
Did
a
you
pretty
say
good
Peter
percentage.
sent me? Like, how do they know? I don't
Yeah,
know.
you use a
You
code.
just get an
kind of
affiliate
referral.
link. That's
Oh,
it.
the promo code. That's right.
promo
So
code.
next week it's the Men Tell All, which is going to sort of put a halt to all this drama, even though there will be drama on the show. Unfortunately, they hadn't taped it by the time they put this episode together, so the
we
preview
had
was just
zero footage.
Yeah, preview was just stuff we've already seen, which is half the show already.
Bummer.
But be sure there's going to be some drama between Lee and Kenny. Rachel will be there. Who knows? Maybe it'll be good. I don't know.
All the Paradise ladies are there. They went to it.
We'll see if that fuck up Iggy has anything to say. We'll see.
Oh, fuck Iggy. I don't wanna see
Iggy,
him again.
well, he is on Bachelor in Paradise.
That's true. He is.
Man,
Great.
I want to hear from my man Anthony.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
want
yeah.
to hear what's his name, Alex. I want a lot of Alex.
Kenny.
Kenny.
I'm stoked for Bachelor in Paradise. I'm.
Me too.
I'm pumped.
Despite all this
Despite it-
controversy, I'm glad
Still
this
icky.
comes out.
Despite the dark cloud hanging
Still
over it,
icky.
yeah.
Guys,
Pretty-
I have a sad news about Bachelor in Paradise. Our man, the table, it's a different
Oh
table.
yeah, Pepito. He won't be
Pepito will not be back. Remember our character Pepito?
yeah.
He's not
That's
there
too
anymore.
bad.
It is a different table. I also wanted to say one thing just before I forget. Thanks for all the shout outs, everyone, about Bella. It was really nice, and it really warmed our hearts. And thank you. You guys are all the best.
Aw.
Cute.
I got a fun game now. Since it's Chris Harrison's birthday, we're gonna play some Chris Harrison trivia.
Ooh, I was trying to come up with a Chris Harrison birthday game today too. I'll tell you which ones I was thinking of, but determined they'd be too hard.
Okay.
Yep, you
And
tend to
one,
do that.
One was just guess who else has a birthday today.
God.
Okay.
That's
that-
quite
obviously
hard.
that Oh, I was gonna do a real or fake Chris Harrison tweets, but that would take some prep, which I'm a busy man. But anyway, Andy, let's do some Chris Harrison trivia. Hit
Okay,
us.
Chris Harrison trivia. I mean, there's some basic stuff here, guys. What large? Hang on.
Oh, buddy, having some trouble. Sorry, I love you.
Thank you. How old is Chris Harrison today?
Ooh.
That's
46.
51.
48.
46. Correct.
Yeah.
Bang on, Liv. Huge. All right, can you continue it? What recently visited on this season of The Bachelorette, what city in the United States is Chris Harrison from?
Baltimore.
Flat accent. It's hard to tell. I could say Chicago. Oh, no, sorry. Did you say cities visited this season?
Yes, on The Bachelorette.
Oh,
I was-
not
he's
hometown.
from one of the cities / hometown / whatever. He's
Madison,
from one of the
Wisconsin.
places
I'm gonna
visited.
say Baltimore.
I'll say Colorado.
Everyone's wrong. He's from Dallas, Texas.
Oh.
Strikes me as a Texas native. Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Is Dallas, Texas the planet he's from?
Huh?
Or is
What?
that where he was made?
Huh?
Because he's a robot.
I am
Okay.
from Dallas, and the Texas.
Dallas and the Texas Nebula. Now he's a robot alien.
Yeah. I was made.
French. Why is he French? Sarah?
I was made in a
I was
factory.
made in the factory in
on
Dallas.
Dallas. Quadrant.
Okay.
I am a space robot.
What? Okay, from 1993 to 1999, Harrison worked as a sports reporter at a CBS affiliate in what Southern American city?
I gotta say Houston.
Georgia.
Close. Georgia's a state. That's cool though.
I don't know, bro.
It's
Orleans?
no, Oklahoma City.
Oh.
Okay. That was
Fascinating.
definitely a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Okay, so what?
I mean, I said a state. Let's get on.
What
with it.
early 2000s teen live action show was Harrison a guest star on in an episode called Ping Ping a Song?
What year?
Okay, I'll say in 2002,
Okay.
Chris Harrison guest starred as a music show host in the episode
Miley
Ping,
Cyrus
Ping a Song.
show.
Which teen girl show was he on?
Miley Cyrus's.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh.
I guess I'm wrong.
I guess I'm wrong too.
You are both wrong.
I just can't even think of anything.
5.
Teen girl
4.
show.
Dawson's
3.
Creek.
Gossip Girls.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh, I was
What?
close. Mine's about witches.
And I feel like that's everyone's show, not just teen girls. But
I meant like she's a teen.
My
girl
dad used to watch
Oh.
for
star.
heaven's sakes.
I
Yeah.
meant like teen girl star. Okay, and this might be the last one. In April 2015, Disney / ABC announced that Harrison would replace who as host of the syndicated version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Who?
I don't know.
Andy Dick.
Who was the previous
Carey
host?
host that? Drew
Who was-
Carey?
Who was the previous host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Andy Dick.
Andy Dick never hosted Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I know.
I don't think Drew Carey did either.
No.
He hosted
Yeah, he was
it.
way into
Drew-
the.
He
way into
hosts the
Price
Price is Right. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, right.
Oh wow, I thought you guys might get this one.
Dr. Phil.
Oh, Meredith Vieira. Didn't she host that?
Close. No, it wasn't Meredith Vieira.
Oh, it is a woman then. Katie Couric.
Oh no. That's not it. I just meant that I
Matt Lauer.
Oprah.
Terry Crews.
Oh, that's right.
Meredith
Terry. He had
Vieira
a,
was-
he-
How
Terry
is that
Crews.
close?
Isn't no? I meant like close
She-
because Meredith
she
Vieira
did.
was before Terry Crews.
she did host it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she
yeah.
did host
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that's what you meant, and
Yeah.
then when he got so excited, and said, so funny.
Good Harrison trivia.
What
One
about
more?
Oprah? Was Oprah ever a host?
Should I
No.
do some Oprah trivia? Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
let's do some
I don't wanna-
Oprah trivia. You get a call.
I
you
came up-
get trivia.
I
You
just-
get
What
trivia.
Midwestern city does Oprah call home?
Everywhere.
Chicago,
I don't think she
Illinois.
still lives in
I don't.
Chicago.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she must.
Does she just chill out in Hawaii all
She has
the
like
time
8
now?
houses. Come on. who
I used to
cares?
always pass by the OWN building in LA while I went to the Target, and I wanted to make a visit.
I couldn't think of a way to make this an easy trivia question. Although you certainly can. I just was pressed for time. But Chris Harrison worked briefly for TVG Network, a horse racing channel. and was host of Designers Challenge on HGTV. Okay, cool.
I found the age question to be quite
it.
difficult because
Well,
I'm
it's
not
the only
just,
one anyone got right. So
Yeah, no, but I just it's just because he doesn't look any age.
he does.
really-
yeah, it's tough to.
He's
pin him
really
down.
just
I
there,
put
and
him
the
in
only
his
reason
early
I think we can
40s.
figure it out is because of how long he's been doing the show.
Yeah, what was the first year he hosted?
If you said he was 40 or he was 55, I'd be like, sure.
Yeah, 100%.
He definitely looks 40s to me. Right, I would have guessed early 40s, but Liv was bang on, 46 today. So happy birthday, Chris Harrison. We'll see everybody next week. And
men tell all.
Men
The men
tell
will tell
all.
all, and then we will tell all.
Yeah.
And we will tell all in our Patreon $2 meetup. Peace.
Yes. See you there. See you on Sunday, everyone who.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. If you want to contact us, you can reach out to us on social media. We're at The Bachelor Pod on Twitter, and individually, we're at Andy Holbone.
At Glenn McCauley.
At Olivia McCauley.
At the Sarah Hillier, that's at sign THESARAHHILIER.
If you want to support the show directly, you can go to patreon.com/thebachelorpod and donate there. Otherwise, we're thebachelorpod@gmail.com for an email and thebachelorpod.ca. That's our website.